Go.
Hello, everyone, to a second episode of Howling with the Wolves. I am Mohit.
Hello. I am
Hello,
Melvin.
Mohit. And I'm Nicholas.
And yeah, welcome back everybody. What do we start with today? Wait.
So, I thought we'd start with a discussion on this very, very cliche quote I had here. Time is the only limit.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna say a bit about that, I think.
I don't know,
Um,
like,
let me say something about it before we go into it. So that quote comes from me. I mean, I don't know if I invented it or not. It's just something that stuck with me for a long time, and I kind of live by. What I mean by that is that I believe that I can. I mean, being the privileged, white male German person
yeah,
that I am, I'm not. If I really want to, I can earn a shitload of money. Not saying infinite, but a shitload. I really think so. Um, and if you can earn a shitload of money, like you can, if you want something else, a shitload of, you can get basically all of that, like power and stuff. So happiness might be a bit more tricky, but that's why I kind of believe that for me the only limit is gonna be that at some point I'm gonna die, and I have to just make sure I get like everything I want to do done before that, and not focus on like, I don't know, first I want to make sure that I have X amount of money before I'm 50 or stuff like that. I just want to make sure that I live my life all my time and that I don't waste my time,
yeah,
and that I keep like clear what I actually want to be, and not kind of fall into some trap where I start working or living for something which you don't actually really want.
yeah. Yeah, for me, like,
So yeah, do you two
personally,
guys agree with that or disagree? What's your opinion?
yeah, for me, I don't know. Like, it comes down to a lot of things. It's not just time, though. I mean, you got to be motivated. So, what's the ultimate goal there?
That's the point. Like, time is the only limit, being the motivation. Okay, what's the goal? The goal depends on you. I know my goal.
What's your goal?
I want to change the world for better.
Yeah, but that's everybody's goal. Yeah.
No, that's not everybody's goal. No, there's a lot
It
of people who want to be rich or want to be happy. For a long time, my goal used to be happy, and I find that to be honest, a way better goal. But I can't have. I don't know. It doesn't work anymore. If you know what I mean. But that's such a simple and nice goal, and it's a nice way to have a nice life and still, be a positive person. But yeah, I don't know. I wanna be like
like who?
the most
Well,
perfect I can possibly be, which isn't that perfect, but isn't that shitty either.
But the definition of perfect is, perfect.
Um, yeah, okay, I can no, okay, what like I can go into what matters for me, and like I gladly would, but think we're gonna go kind of off topic because then we're going into what matters for me, and that's not like really the point.
well,
If you want to, I can.
regarding, let's stay on the quote for a bit. Time is the only limit, and you can achieve anything given infinite time, or rather, you can achieve anything, but time is the only limit. There's some truth to this, but it's also something you only say if you're very, very privileged. And you did acknowledge that.
Yeah, true.
But like, sure, maybe you can achieve everything, but I think that's
I mean, not
by all means
everything.
not.
I don't believe I can be a pop star, and I don't believe I can be a football star, and that's not stuff that interests me. So
Well,
Yeah, but
I don't completely agree with it, but also I can see your point,
mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
I
And
basically I like
to
the
kind of explain what that translates to, yeah, is that I really hate wasting time in every sense that it appears. Um, that can be like, I don't know, slowly eating lunch, boring conversations, emphasis on the boring, yeah. Um,
yes.
sitting somewhere waiting for something without like something to do, like just a phone. Like, okay, for 5 minutes, you can read the news or something, but after that, it drives me crazy. If I have like work to do and I can work or something, like then that's something else. But if I like have to wait for somebody, or I'm sitting in a car, or I'm sitting in a train, and I'm not like super passionate. Obviously, you know, like I don't know, I'm going to see my sister or whatever. It's just like I have to do this. I hate it because I want to get forward. You know, do stuff
Yeah.
which brings me forward as a person. And like, in what way this it's you know, and happiness is still part of that, yeah. Because I know that if I'm not like at least slightly happy, I'm not gonna get anything done, and I'm gonna burn out by in 1 year.
Like,
Well,
there's something that sort of is relevant to this. Like, do you guys know? Like, I know Nicholas uses Reddit, but there's this subreddit called writing prompts where people basically write stories given a certain prompt. And there was a prompt, I think, about a guy basically being frozen in time. Only him and
Okay.
everybody else is frozen in time, but only he is like moving, you know.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
he has to figure out how to, save everyone. So, and it's a really, really long and a good read, but I mean, just like it. I think the end goal is like, and at the end, in the end, he ends up saving everyone, and he knows how to unfreeze time because he learns physics or something. But I don't know. This is sort of relevant, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
the counter
Like,
to. Sorry, go on.
no. I don't have anything else.
The counterpoint to the mentality you have right there, and
Go
which
ahead.
kind
Go
of
ahead.
which kind of I would like to live my life by, is like the somewhat more Zen aspect, you know? You gotta live in the moment,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
doesn't necessarily mean you waste time.
I know what you mean.
But, well, I personally, I waste time, of course, but like this idea of if you're always worried about having to do something, being productive, you basically miss living in itself, right?
I know exactly what you mean. Like the difference between like live every day as if it's your last, or live every day as if you live forever, is very, very weird.
But
And I completely know what you mean.
Um,
And it's probably going to be
that's
the case. It's probably going to be the case for me. But I guess that's going to be the case for me.
No, that's not what I mean. Like, I don't mean live every day as if you would live forever. That's
No,
not what you should
you
do.
mean
That's
live
not
every day.
realistic.
You mean live the day, like live every day as if it's freelance, like just live every day.
Yeah, live in the moment,
Yeah,
basically.
live in the moment. Yeah,
Like,
basically. Yeah, I know.
there's
Like what
a
I'm saying,
lot
like
to be there's a lot to be said about overthinking things and just like being too focused on work, on stuff you gotta
but
do.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to focus on like work.
Okay.
I want to focus on becoming more of what I want to be, and that's not
yeah,
exactly not richer.
but
I
then
mean,
like,
like obviously, I wanna have some financial stability in my life, but like my goal is not going to be to put all my money, all my effort into like making money or working for a firm. If it ends up being something that really passionates me, like maybe AI technology or something, and I end up like working hardcore, you know, like 16 hours a day in that, okay. But otherwise, if I end up working 8 hours a day somewhere, you know, good, nice job doing whatever, then
yeah,
I want to be the guy who spends 8 more or 10 more hours a day. I don't know, 2 hours in the gym, 3 hours reading about something, and 1 hour doing a podcast, and you know what I mean? And not the kind of guy who does 8 hours of work, drives home, opens a beer, kind of maybe makes a burger, and I want, you know,
that's
because
very
well,
different
because the
things.
person I want to do is that because doing that is being lazy, you know. I don't want to be lazy. I want to progress as a person. That means me becoming smarter, or not actually, or gaining more knowledge, which is way easier than becoming smarter. Becoming smarter is also great if you can manage that. Being happy, meeting people, helping people. Sorry if I'm, going a bit fast,
Yeah,
but yeah,
actually,
I'm
like,
not talking about I always want to work for work, you know. Obviously, right now I'm in a
Yeah.
uni phase. I'm kind of stuck here with this, and there is a certain amount of work I have to do. I might as well do it well, right?
Right.
yeah, but yeah,
Well,
But I'm not losing my goals, which are, for example, doing this podcast. I mean, believe it or not, it's actually kind of me who's always spamming the WhatsApp group, guys, let's do one, let's do it, you know? It's because I'm not losing this out of sight, and I want to keep this going. I don't want this to be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
remember that time we did a podcast in like the first semester? I want this to be
don't
like,
want it-
hey, we have 400 videos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but
No.
but most of the time, like just like you said, I mean,
No.
when it's something like you're interested in, like AI or something, most of the time it's your dreams are realized when you work to something, or when you work on something. So, in an ideal world, you'd work on
But no, but
what
even then, I
your
would.
goals are. Yeah, but then. But then there are situations, yes, where time is not the only limit. I think because, well, like you said, you come from a well-off household, yeah.
No, call me fucking privileged.
Yeah, but then like there are people who are not that
I know.
privileged,
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
You understand that?
Oh, yes, I might be very privileged in many ways. In very few ways, actually, I wasn't, but those are few, and I am aware of that too. And even then, that very much depends by standards. But I am very aware of how unprivileged other people are. I mean, like, and that's what I want to change. Yeah, I don't know. I want to like maybe what my thing is gonna be is traveling to Africa to like build houses during my holidays or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll be actually working quite a lot and then spending money like donating. I don't know. And maybe in 2 years I'm actually like, actually money is nice, let's buy a helicopter, you know what I mean? I don't know, I hope not. I'll do my very
Okay,
best that
so-
that doesn't happen.
Let me rephrase what I said earlier. I think the basic idea of wanting to be the best version of you, that's obviously that's important, that's good, like that's a super commendable ideal.
Yeah.
I just think that by saying time is the only thing that might fuck me in the end, like if I don't work every single day until I pass out towards my goals,
I
I
might
think
actually
there's a
live
certain
longer.
risk there.
Yeah, I probably live 20. But I already dealt with that. Like I already accepted that. I just know myself, you know.
But what,
Yeah,
like,
no, I
I
just
am
mean like
too perfection. I have like way too high goal settings, which are like unreachable anyway. But if I don't even try, I'm not gonna get.
well, no, that's not what I mean. It's like, yeah, you can push yourself far, you can work hard towards your goals, but you can't forget to like relax for a second. Like your brain needs time
Pleasure.
to, yeah, exactly.
do you
Which
think
is-
like being happy and like meeting your goals, completing your goals, are necessarily always
Opposites?
intertwined? Do you think like
Oh, I think in my case they aren't,
they aren't?
and I think that in most cases they are.
Special
I mean,
snowflake.
you can
are
be
we?
happy without changing the world, I think. No?
I don't. I think I would be happy probably. I would probably be happier if I would, choose a consumer life. Like embrace my privileges, spend my money buying, stuff made cheaply in Asia. And living a nice life somewhere. But that's not what I want to do. I don't know. I'm theoretical, like for now I haven't even earned any money. I haven't even gotten any bachelor. Like I haven't even done a first semester. Like you know what I mean. I'm talking about the future here. Yeah, let me make that very clear. But I think if I do what I want to do, then I won't be very happy. But I'll be very busy, and then
What's the point?
I'll be
if
making
you're
other
not
people happy, and that'll be okay.
Yeah, but
Usually
So
that
make-
does make you happy too.
yeah, that makes you happy, right? Why would
Maybe.
you do that if that wouldn't make you happy? Are you that like self-righteous of a person that you don't think about yourself at all?
Of course, I don't know. I think this topic is too complicated to
Yeah, but, like,
explain. Yeah, we should switch topics because otherwise I'm not going to cover anything else. Because like
Oh,
we're
I have to
gonna-
rephrase. Like this wasn't what I wanted to initially talk about. I haven't got this like ready tongue to explain to random viewers. I'm sorry, because my life is actually like very, like it does not consist of 3 minutes in explaining what I want to do and what not and why, without sounding like an arrogant jerk. Isn't that easy?
I noticed.
So, Mohit,
That's
how
a
about we
joke.
talk about Buddhism, Hinduism?
Buddhism. Wow.
Hinduism.
Wow, you forgot my religion already. Okay.
How-
But like,
Fucking crap.
now you say it, like, I can actually, I think I can give you insights on Buddhism too, because, well,
It's another time, though. But okay, great.
like,
Well,
That's
Hinduism.
yours.
fun
How?
fact. Fun fact, like, Buddha is actually one of the gods we have in Hinduism. Like, another fun fact, Hinduism has like 10, 20 million gods, I think.
Google it.
Yeah,
Give
like,
us numbers.
which is ridiculous. Yes, we are polytheistic. I think
Yes.
is that what it's called?
Polytheistic.
Yes.
Polytheist. And we're a polytheistic religion, even though I may not be necessarily, like super into religion, super into Hinduism. Like, I know I've been raised in a Hindu household, so I think I can.
Yeah, like tell us about your
See-
family first of all. Okay, so how
Yeah.
Hindu is your family? How many people are there in your family, and how many of them are like religious?
Like, my immediate family is basically just me, my mom, and my dad. So they are pretty religious, and they want me to be religious too. And we have like like as most Hindu households do, we have like a prayer room in our household where we have idols and stuff, where we just
Hmm.
basically worship. There's this concept of I don't know what you guys praying, but like sort of a complex thing, like when you actually pray, you are doing like a whole ritual, and we call it puja, and you might have heard the word. Like, it's a very, even in India, because, well, of course, it's a Hindu country too, so you might have heard the word. But
No.
yeah, so we have that. We have a room where it's dedicated to just that, and during like religious festivals, which we have a lot of, we go to temples, we pray, and even sometimes on the weekends we just pilgrimage and
How
like
often do your parents pray?
every day,
How often a day? Like
twice a day.
how long? Like kind of trying to
No,
explain what does it consist of?
Oh,
How?
it's a really short ritual because it's basically
Where?
there's bells and shit. There's
Well, okay. So how often? For how long? How does it go? Is it different
it
morning, evening,
it
everything?
doesn't really go that long. It's like a 2-3 minute ritual, because that's why it's that's why we do it every day,
Mhm.
because it's that easy. Otherwise we wouldn't have time, because my parents are busy people. I mean, yeah.
Luckily, this god only needs 2 minutes twice a day, because otherwise my
Yeah.
parents would be too fucking
No,
busy for it.
not just one god, like all 22 million whatever,
Wait, but you don't pray to? Yeah, okay. Oh
2
yeah, okay.
million whatever.
So
There are
like
a lot
each
of
god
gods. I
just
don't know
gets like a little
exactly
bit
how
of
much
time.
there are. Like, it's not. I don't think it's um defined, clearly defined, how many gods
Is it
there
like,
are.
Yeah.
There
I
are a
guess.
lot. Yeah.
are
So-
those, is that ritual like situational? Like you do it when you wake up and before you go to bed, or like before every meal?
yeah, it's we had a fixed time for it. We used to do it. My mom and dad, because I wouldn't wake up that early, so my mom and dad used to do it in the mornings at least, without me, every day, and then like in the evenings, we all three of us would go up and do it like before dinner, because there's this in Hinduism, like, if you can't really eat until you've done the ritual.
Mhm,
So
okay.
that's what people believe, but sometimes we make mistakes.
But like, you've not starving yet.
Like, yeah, in that regard, like, my mom and dad are not that religious, because they don't really strictly adhere to every
Okay.
like rule.
But they
there is.
try to follow the principles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they do believe that God exists and everything.
What are the basic ideas of Hinduism, and do you have any issues with radicalism or like different opinions? Is like a split of Hinduism, or in which countries in it is it?
Like every religion, like Hinduism also has a radical group, but it's mostly in India, I think. In Nepal it's not as pronounced, but
What do
in
they
India,
want?
They want Hinduism to be the only religion like practiced, at least in India. I think I wouldn't, call them out right now, but there's a radical party called Shiva Sena, I think, in India, and they basically want India to be proclaimed a Hindu state, not a secular state, which it is right now.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Shiva.
But it's more of a minority or more of a big
It is,
movement?
yeah, almost every radical group is a minority when it comes to religion.
Well, I mean, like in the USA, I would say they do say like every politician says God every time he speaks, right? In Europe,
Yeah.
no
That
one ever does
doesn't-
that.
No, I don't think so.
It would for me, it does mean that USA has quite an affiliation to Christianity. Well, even if
That's
they
a
call
different
themselves.
topic, I think.
Hmm?
I think we
Maybe.
should delve too deeply into that.
Yes, I agree, but like I wouldn't say it's always a minority.
Okay, let's talk about Hinduism, not Christianity. I know, but anyway, what else? What else do you want to know?
Hang on. The party's name was like, what was again? What was it
Shiva
again?
Sena, Shiva Sena.
So like Shiva, like
The
the
god.
deity.
Yeah, the deity. Yeah, he's
Ooh,
one of
interesting.
the 2 million gods we have.
I know that one because
And one of
Indiana
the
Jones.
50 people actually know the name of.
No, I know I don't even know 50.
Oh wow!
I know,
I thought you were going to say, oh no, I know like 300 or something.
oh, of course not. And yeah, what are the main principles of Hinduism? I mean, every religion has the same principles, don't you think?
No.
What? Okay, so
No.
what exactly do you mean by principle? Because in the end,
Let's-
every religion says love your neighbor, love your everyone.
Well,
Don't
isn't
be-
like, I don't know, is it Hindu? I really don't know much about Eastern religion, but isn't Hinduism or Buddhism all about like being one with nature and stuff? Christianity doesn't have that.
Buddhism
Christianity is all about being like, kind to your other humans, but
Yeah, Buddhism is, but I don't think Hinduism. I actually don't know, to be honest. I think it's mostly.
So
I don't
let's talk.
also are they
About-
pro-abortion? Are they against abortion?
Oh, okay, things like that.
Everything. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so I mean, yeah. Then ask me. I don't know. Pro-abortion. No, they think. Wait, I think. Yeah. They're not pro-abortion. No, and about like.
What about
They are
socially? Are they
generally
for a caste
tolerant.
system or are they for social equality?
I mean, yeah, like most of the time we're a generally tolerant society, even though there's no like in Christianity there's no explicit
Almost-
don't marry your own gender or whatever. Yeah, but even I don't know. It's in Nepal. It's like very uncommon for same-sex couples to happen because we are brought up that way. That we are brought up the way
I know what
there's
you
no
Yeah, I know what you
homosexuality isn't a thing. You can't love someone of the same gender,
Hmm.
So we don't really know, even if people.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I very know what
Yeah.
you mean.
And what else? We are generally tolerant people, yes. Even though there's a lot of things like that,
Do you believe in
even
afterlife?
if there were religious decrees saying don't love people of the same gender, don't. But I don't think we would strictly adhere to them because yes, there are the radicals, but then most more than the vocal majority is usually tolerant.
Okay.
Well,
Do you believe in afterlife?
let's.
Yes.
I was about to say that.
Believe in reincarnation.
Okay.
Let's talk about reincarnation. How does it work in Hinduism?
Reincarnation, it's actually pretty interesting because, how I said, Buddha is one of the gods of Hinduism. He's not actually one of the gods, but the reincarnated avatar of one of the gods in Hinduism. So there's this god, like there are three major gods in Hinduism. Like there is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and those
Shiva.
three are basically like creation, life, and death. So
Okay.
Shiva, like the guy you generally hear about, is death, and Vishnu, I think, even I might be wrong, but I think he's creation, and he like Buddha, like we talked about, is one of the reincarnations of Vishnu, the god of creation, in Hindu lore. So we are all, but like we can coexist with Buddhism quite well. Like most of my friends back from high school and I don't know, like school, basically middle school, were Buddhists, and we had pretty similar lores. Yeah.
Okay.
So how exactly does reincarnation work in Hinduism? Because like reincarnation per se is not a thing in most
Religions.
Western cultures.
True. Do you reincarnate indefinitely?
I think it's most like yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Do you know what you were in your previous life or what you're gonna be in your next life or something?
No, we don't know that. But
you don't know if you're gonna be a sheep or a pig or.
No, we don't know that.
Is it completely random or is it like if you're good you're gonna be a?
It's really confusing because we do have the concept of heaven and hell, but then I don't know how that fits in with reincarnation. Like we are pretty big about reincarnation.
But isn't it like if you're bad you get reborn as like a rat, and if you're like an awesome guy you get reborn as like a rich guy? Or you have a caste system or not in Nepal?
Of course,
Karma, right.
Of course, no, not of course.
Yeah,
like one in two countries in the world has a caste system.
Huge. Like the caste system is really huge in Nepal.
Is there any break against it? How does religion stand towards the caste system?
Oh yeah, religion does have quite a connection to it. Like there are classes in usually that should be like there. It's not as pronounced now because it's modern. Everything is modern. But in ancient times, like 200 years ago, I guess there would be a lot of. So there's this basically religious caste, which is caste of priests, basically, just priests, and I don't know,
they're high up ranked.
Yeah, they're the highest in the ranking. Yeah.
Are they above like kings or Do you have kings or politicians?
Like we don't have generally like we don't, because we're talking about religion. I don't think there's a specific our caste system is different. It's not like the European bourgeoisie and there's a
that wasn't a caste system. That wasn't a caste system.
Yeah, exactly. Like
actually was it?
But then you're talking about like
it was.
You were asking me if the king was higher above, but that's not the caste system.
Well, you can have a religion where the king stands like just below the pope or above the pope, or there isn't a pope there, like the king is a religious leader.
There isn't a pope. They're just like the king is above everybody, so to speak. I don't know, like.
Sorry for the coffee machine, everybody. I should have
Shame
considered that.
Oh, yeah.
Shame on you.
Like the king is highest basically, but that's not our religious system. That's our political system. When we talk about the caste system, we're talking about commoners.
Are the two interlinked or not?
No, not.
I mean, like in India, from what I understand, like low caste people can't get certain jobs.
No.
No?
That used to be the case, yes, but there's a lower caste. There is a lower caste still in Nepal, but I don't think we do that still because we are modern now, right?
I say maybe like it's unofficial race. Okay, this may be a topic for another time, I guess.
Yeah, but like the caste system is a whole intricate thing.
Yeah, I think that's something. Yeah, it's something I have to learn. We have to do more about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So move on.
Anything
on?
else you want to learn about Hinduism, like some trivia?
A lot
Well,
more, but right now,
definitely.
I would suggest moving on and coming back to it like next podcast or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna go back on that, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Well, then,
guys,
for the next, I would start, or do you want to start?
you go ahead. Sure.
So guys,
I suggested the topic. Hey, you can do gaming as a coach. That's why I said, Nicholas, bring in your topics.
Shut. That's OOC.
OOC was OOC. Okay, so personally for me, I listen to a bunch of different music, although there is some stuff I definitely don't like a lot of. Pop. But, for me, it's like, there's a couple songs which I just like because I like the beat or something. But 90% of the time, or even more, for me to really like a song, it has to have good, like to actually save it on a playlist or something. It has to have lyrics I can A, understand, and B, at least with like second or third listening, and B, like agree to.
and what do you think of instrumental music?
I'm not much sad. Like, there's a couple, very few instrumental songs I really love. Darude Sandstorm. Wait, is that instrumental? It is, right?
What?
Darude Sandstorm. But there's also some other
Oh, yeah.
ones, like,
Darude-
but that's something like really specific, like, this one thing with 2,000 views and stuff. But in general, I'm not a big fan of instrumental. No.
Like, is it because whenever like people say,
It's too boring for me.
yeah, that's the thing, but
Actually, no, it's not too
Okay.
boring for me. I miss
I think there should be
the connection or something.
this is a really interesting topic because what
Actually,
I found.
actually, I feel like I'm wasting time because I could be listening to
come on,
music
oh
which
no.
which also yes.
Have you never listened to post
You
rock? Do you know what post
cultured
rock is?
swine.
Do you know what post rock is?
No, maybe.
Oh
So
my
comes
god!
up
Like,
to rock.
Well, okay, you're gonna send me
So-
links after the podcast, yeah, because I can't really
Yeah.
listen to them right now. So
do you? I think like most people think this because they are not.
But I can
musicians
wait.
themselves.
I can understand people liking instrumental actually, but I cannot understand people, or I cannot understand. I mean, people like whatever they like. But I can less understand people who like, especially for like actually, not just for partying. Like in clubs, I can understand stupid music to go on it that way. But like, when people are like just sitting in the bus or whatever, I don't get it.
Well, personally, for me, I like to understand music, or to at least know roughly what a song is about. I listen to a bunch of Japanese music, and I do not speak enough Japanese to actually understand them. So yeah, but I like knowing what a song is about, and especially if some lyrics are actually dumb, as for instance is the case in Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines, because that song is shit.
What do you? Okay, exactly when we're on the topic.
Like, if the lyrics to a song are offensive, like
Yes. What do you think about
if there's-
girls liking songs which objectify girls? Like when I see girls singing along or something too,
blurred lines.
Yeah, I don't actually know the lyrics of that, but yeah, stuff like that, I guess.
No, you want it.
Yeah.
It's trying to get nasty.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm a huge fan of instrumental music.
Okay.
I think I listen to more instrumental music than like music with words.
Okay. No,
So-
I can understand that.
So what do you think? Like, what's the difference between when you say that do lyrics matter?
Okay.
I
So
say
I can't
no.
understand people who I don't like instrumental personally,
Yeah.
but I can understand it if you do, I don't have that artistic talent, I guess, to really appreciate, the actual
that's
how
what-
good someone is playing a guitar or something. Maybe that's what's lacking me.
No, like,
But I can't understand people who like songs which have like completely stupid lyrics or stuff like that. Or
So-
lyrics objectifying or offensive or like always the same, like just about money and alcohol and really like
I
that
get-
kind of stuff,
I get what type of.
Or just like one word or like stuff that doesn't rhyme is meant to rhyme but like not Eminem doing a great job and reinventing rhyming, but more like just like what is this? Or like Rebecca Black Friday where I'm like, how does this get? I guess at that then you get to the point where people just clicked on it because everyone was saying it was so shit. But,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like generally pop.
Okay, so like you mean You mean only? We're not talking about instrumental music then.
No,
No, I don't
nothing
think
against instrumental music. No,
I think it's not about not having lyrics at all, but
it's about
that
if
you
having
have
lyrics, they have to be like. For me, they have to make sense. No, not just like random words, and then be words I can agree with, and not like.
Well,
I don't know,
I'm
driving
fine.
through the city, fucking all them hoes, you know, you're like. Yeah, you can say that. Maybe you even do that in your life. Maybe it's a fucking lie. I have no idea, but why do I want to listen to that?
New R&B sensation.
I can't relate to that. I don't even particularly want to do that, you know, like. I guess maybe why not on holiday, but that's about it. And, you know, like, I don't know.
I
It's
think-
offensive as fuck.
Yeah, I don't like offensive lyrics either,
Okay,
just
so-
because they're.
What like most whenever this question is brought up, most people say that song is catchy. You know what makes a song catchy? What I personally think makes a song catchy.
There's a
It's
beat.
not the lyrics.
No.
It's a melody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yes. That's why they
Yes,
can get away with shitty lyrics, I
I
guess.
think
Yeah, like, and then it all comes back to instrumental music. Why
And
do
actually,
people love
it's
instrumental
also a lot about selling, you know.
exactly. Like I think the main selling point behind popular music is that it sells you a certain image.
Yeah.
And those lyrics, those very basic lyrics, are a very good form to compactly sell certain ideas.
Exactly. I mean, what does it talk about? Like, let's be honest, love, sex, partying, alcohol, broken love.
Yeah, exactly. Like
What does that? I mean, that's like people age 15 to 25 or something, or 13 to 25. You know, they're just like, it's very basic, I guess, and I guess understand that people, you know, of that age are into that. When like mums are still into that music, I'm like, really? But
moms are still people.
even the people my age, I'm like, come on, like, I can understand it, but and I don't like blame you for liking it, but I would still say it's like bad taste. Whereas like instrumental, I would say, oh, that's your taste. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like,
I
if people are like, I
see.
like classic, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting taste. I wish I could appreciate classic more than I do. You know? I don't
Classic-
wish I could appreciate pop because I just think it's actually garbage.
No. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of
Mostly.
people who share that sort of sentiment
why do you think
that's-
popular music is called popular music?
because
Because
it's
it's
made to be
popular.
popular.
Yeah, because it's popular. Exactly. So what makes it popular? Because so many people like.
What
it.
makes League of Legends popular? A lot of people
Oh
like
my
it. Doesn't make it
God.
any good. Holy fuck. What does make Trump
No.
popular? It doesn't make him any good. Holy fuck.
All right, let's not go there
Let's
again.
not go there.
Like, what is your
I'm gonna stop you right
definition of
there.
good? Like
My point is that popular does not equal good. Never was.
No.
good is so
There's,
relative.
there's,
though.
Yes.
there's a very nice
course it is.
German.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
That's why we
There's
discuss
a
it.
Let Nicholas speak, okay?
Please, I was about to bring out the idioms. Idioms?
Idiom.
There's a nice German idiom anyway. That says, well, if 1,000 flies like to eat shit, then it can't really be bad, can it? Which kind of fits the mentality we seem to be having about.
I don't know. Maybe 1,000 flies are really hungry. Or really stupid
Anyways.
because. But then we go into like culture analysis rage, which I'll keep for another stream because right now I need more energy.
I just really think that with pop music, because it's designed to sell, and it's not only that it's like kind of all right music that's catchy and stays in your head. It's also that someone somewhere decides this should be popular, and then it's
Yeah.
played everywhere on TV, on the radio,
Yeah.
and just by force of hearing it again and again and again, you
Yeah.
will at some point come to like it.
Yes.
And once you like one of the songs, well, you like the whole genre essentially.
And I'm not saying those pop artists have an easy life, yes. They put a lot of work in like their stage performance and their look and their stuff like that. I'd rather have like higher quality or meaningful emotional music, you know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, this is a very,
Oh, yeah.
like, I don't know, this is,
Of course, this is subjective as fuck.
yeah.
Of course, I never
That's what-
claimed it's like when we talk about it, like, what's your guys' opinion, you know? That's all. I'm not saying I want you guys to agree with me on this.
I think, like, that you find, pop music stupid is stupid.
Okay.
And because a lot of work goes into melody. Like, that's what instrumental music is to me, like,
But there's like too much refrain and not enough, how do you call it? Body.
Yeah. I mean, I
No
don't mind pop music terribly much. Like, I'm
Plus,
cool with it, but hang on, I had something to say and I just completely lost my point. Like, oh, right. Unless the lyrics are actively stupid and really like just either offensive or just yeah, logically inconsistent, I'm fine with it because what it's doing is just uh, looking to go for a certain emotional response and that it can do, right? Like you just want to relax, you want to have this image of drinking a
guess.
beer with your friends, and that's just like pop music or doing some party, and you need to have some party in your life
I guess that we're back at me being me and me. Yeah.
on Tuesday evening. You can't actually go to party on Tuesday evening unless you're a student and don't care about your classes in the morning. But if you have a hard work life, then by Tuesday evening you'd be exhausted otherwise.
Hashtag
So
passion.
I kind of get it.
You just define college for
But-
everybody.
But one thing that does irk me, one thing that does annoy me, and I'm going to talk about this very, very specific song, if I only could remember its name. Oh, right.
The melody.
Here, Shake It Off by, whom is it?
Taylor Swift.
Play.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor.
Shake
It's a catchy song. It's not a bad song at all, I think. And it's got this, like, yeah, just leave your worries behind, be yourself kind of. It's corny, yeah,
Yeah, it's catchy.
but I'm fine with it. Up until it comes down to this fucking break, right? You've got this catchy melody, and then suddenly the melody drops, and it just goes with this hard pumping beat, right? And she starts rapping. And she says
I
something.
don't remember that.
something.
But I have a song which was similar to that when I was small. I'll go back to it later.
She just starts rapping over this beat, which is a nice beat. I'll agree to that. Like, yeah, you can bob your head to it or just like freak out on the dance floor, whatever. But then she says, "Listen to this sick beat," and it's
Yeah.
like,
But then there's
it's an
no
alright
beat. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
boom chuck boom chuck. Well, it's an alright beat.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like a party
behind it.
beat.
But it's not
So-
sick.
Yeah.
Like it's not a complex beat. There's nothing.
What I had
complex
like that was a
behind it.
song which like really pissed me off. Do you know back from like 10 years ago, "Without You" by David Guetta,
Yeah.
which like starts really emotional. It's just like singing. I think it's Sia or something, like singing, and then like you have like kind of a pause, and then it goes into like full party electro, And
Yeah.
but like after like 1 minute of like emotional sad build up because like "Without You," you know what I mean? We're not talking about like a party song, talking about how you're going to the club and then like suddenly you arrive and then there's a sick beat and you go in and you drink or something. You know? It
I can
it
see
like
what-
makes zero. It's like sad and then it's like, "Yo, go party now." And you're like, "What? What?"
I mean,
Yeah.
what about-
And it actually
about-
got played at like kind of a how do you call that? Like a goodbye party thingy. It was like the way I was like so pissed. I wanted to punch the guy who played it. It made
What-
like zero sense. You're like super
what do you think
emotional.
about Bohemian Rhapsody?
I love that song. See, that's good music.
Like, yeah.
Or like "When the Levee Breaks."
Yeah,
That's
but
a great song.
The same thing is like there's, it starts out emotional, then there's this whole opera part. Yeah,
But it goes more together, I feel.
Oh yeah. we
Maybe
still talk
back
about
then people would disagree, and maybe in like 30 years people are gonna see the same amount "Without You" by David Guetta. I doubt it.
Well,
Um,
generally speaking, I like having contrast in music, but there's a difference between contrast and clashing.
exactly. Like
It's
contrast and contradiction are not the same thing. Contrast is nice. Contradiction is
It's like wearing neon green and orange Crocs to pink shorts, which is something I've seen in summer camp. It doesn't look good, as you can probably imagine. Bonus points for socks with the Crocs.
okay. No, yeah, sure.
I think that's kind of the same idea, but like music.
Yeah, I really
right?
wouldn't judge people by looks, Nicholas. But
There are certain
especially if
looks.
I were you.
There are
No, but I
certain
get
looks
socks
that
and
can be done
sandals
by-
is just universally hated. That's okay. No, but yeah, I get your point. No, I agreed. Should we move on to the
Yeah.
last topic? So we just have time.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think we should really put that in?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do this.
Now we've teased people, or we come up with something else shorter.
We're teasing them.
Okay, I got something shorter then because we're nearly done. We want to stop the podcast in a minute. So I got a camera, like a digital camera, for
Alright.
Home Story Cup because we're leaving tomorrow morning, right? Which I also have some stuff to figure out for. Don't want to carry it around with me all the time because it's like not mine. So I'll probably just have
Yeah.
like a bit of time, then I'll bring it back to the hotel or something, or put it safely somewhere. But what should I focus on? I guess I could also do a video if I managed to catch a pro for an interview, but I wouldn't count on it. I have no idea. But should I just do like pictures of the venue in general, like of the atmosphere?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Do I
Do a
just like
fucking
completely
vlog.
cut pictures of travel, or do I take some of that too?
Like, do you want to explain to everyone who doesn't understand what the hell you're talking
No,
about?
I'm not going to talk about the games.
Yeah, no, like,
I just want to explain
Right
like
now,
this
right now.
is the Home Story Cup feeling. Like this was my weekend. This is the Home Story Cup feeling. You know what I mean?
people
Do a
don't know
vlog,
what the
mate.
Home Story Cup is.
Hmm?
Like,
Do
I
a
want you to
vlog.
explain. Like, on the
Just
podcast.
do a vlog.
But I don't have a video camera. Like I don't have. I can.
Oh,
Oh.
you don't have video.
Well, I guess I can do video,
Don't you
but
have a
I can
smartphone?
I can do like half an hour video and then it's gonna run out or something.
Yeah.
I
Oh, and I
think you
don't
should do a
like,
vlog with your phone.
Know what we
don't
That's
should
how
even
the
have
cool
an
people
SD
do it.
card.
Guys,
You
you
don't?
know what we should do?
Plus, on which channel do I put it? You know?
On your
This
own.
one.
Yeah, but
I'm
my
getting
channel doesn't care about me going to Home Story Cup.
Okay, so
It's just some-
Anyways,
I want to share the Home Story Cup. Like this is something I want to share with a podcast. Yeah, not with like my gaming channel.
exactly. Just upload the video here,
Okay.
or just bring photos next time. Put them in the
and
video.
we put them in the video.
And we're gonna talk about your experience.
okay, let's.
Okay.
So guys, we
Yes.
should
All right.
stop.
Well, yeah, we've been doing this for a good time. Thank you guys very, very
I had
much
a
for
good
listening in.
time.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yes, definitely. We'll
too.
see everyone the next time.
Which
more
most
hopefully.
hopefully is beginning next week, because we set goals here, and since we cut the episode lengths, we make more.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So we will see you guys next week.
Yes. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see ya.
Until then.
Bye bye.
Bye.